Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Are you looking for a fully funded scholarship to study abroad? In this video, we're going to talk about a fully funded scholarship to study in India. This scholarship covers all expenses of your studies. It's the ICCR, Indian Government Scholarship. This scholarship accepts a lot of applicants to go to study in one of the best Indian universities. ICCR accepts applications of bachelor's degree, master's, and PhD. Let's see the benefit of this scholarship. Tuition and registration fees are covered 100%. You get free accommodation, health insurance coverage, and monthly allowance. Let's see the eligibility criteria. All countries, candidates from all over the world can apply. There is no restrictions of country eligibility. There is no minimum GPA. This scholarship doesn't require an English certificate. It is optional to provide an English certificate, but is not compulsory. Even if you don't have English certificate, TOEFL or IELTS, you can still apply, but you need to have some level in English to be able to study. There is age limit for those who apply for bachelor's degree and master's degree. You should be less than 35 years old, and for those who apply for PhD, you should have less than 40 years old. Let's see the required document. You need to provide your personal photo, white background, passport format. You need to fill the online application form and provide your academic document, high school certificate, degree, and its transcript. You also need to provide a medical certificate and also a passport. To apply for ICCR Indian Government Scholarship, you should have a passport. And also for those who apply for PhD, you need to provide a research proposal. The deadline of Indian Government Scholarship ICCR is 15 April 2026. So you still have a couple of weeks to apply. All your documents should be in English. If your document initially are not in English, you need to make an authorized English translation. Now let's go to my computer to show you how to apply step by step to the ICCR Indian Government Scholarship. If you're looking for a scholarship or an opportunity to study abroad, you're in the right place. In this channel, we talk about scholarship. If you are interested, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to like the video. Let's go to the computer. This is the main website of the Indian Government Scholarship. Before you start applying, you need to check all the necessary details. To understand the eligibility criteria, required document all the necessary details before you start applying. First, you need to come here, guidelines, scholarship guidelines, you click there. This document of 17 pages contain all the necessary detail, rules and guideline of this scholarship. You need to go through this document step by step to understand the requirements of this scholarship before you start applying. Let's see here the eligibility criteria. Applicant must know that the passport should have a minimum validity of 2 years on 1st July 2026. Your passport should have at least 2 years of validity on July 1st, 2026. Universities and institutions conduct their classes for foreign students in the English language for all courses. Applicants should ensure they possess proficiency and are able to speak English fluently. Applicants have to fulfill the eligibility criteria with regard to the proficiency in English as determined by the Indian mission in addition to the mandatory submission of an essay of 500 words in English. Okay, English certificate is not required, such as TOEFL or IELTS, is not compulsory to provide, but it's optional. If you have an English certificate, such as TOEFL or IELTS, you can provide. If you don't have an English certificate, you can still apply, but you need to have some English level in order to study in India. You also need to make an essay of 500 words in English. Applicants have the option to upload their certificate score obtaining global English proficiency tests like TOEFL or IELTS. If you have one of these English proficiency, you can also provide your certificate. There is age limit. The minimum age to apply for this scholarship is 18 years old. You should be at least 18 years old to apply. And for those who apply for undergraduate and master's degree, you need to be under 35 years old. And for those who apply for PhD, your age should be less than 40 years old. you need to check all the necessary details. Here there is a warning of document falsification of date of birth. Some people may try to modify their age in their documents. It is not allowed to do so. You should not change your age or do any falsification of your documents. You can go through this document to understand all the requirements before you start. As the document is 17 pages, we cannot go line by line, but you can take your time and understand all the document. So after checking all the necessary information in this document, you can come back here and see the remaining document. Physical fitness format. Let's see this document. This is a medical certificate form. You need to download it, go to the hospital or clinic. You need to perform all the necessary medical examinations, and the doctor or physician need to report on this form. So you need to download this form. Okay, now let's see timelines. Let's see the deadline of this scholarship. Okay, these are the important dates of this scholarship. It is started from 27 February and the deadline to apply is 15 April 2026. So make sure you apply before 15 April 2026, which is the deadline of this scholarship. You can read the remaining necessary date and you will get your result by the beginning of June 2026, and you will start studies between June and August 2026. After checking all the necessary information, now you can proceed to create your account and submit your application. If you have already created an account, you can come here, put in your details, and log in. If you didn't yet create an account, you can just come here and click please sign up here to create an account. So you can read this warning before proceeding. Applicant must know that the information to be provided by them on the A2A portal should be correct and match with the supporting document to be uploaded in the course of application and verified by the Indian Mission and the university at the time of award of scholarship and the time of joining. If any information found to be incorrect in any manner whatsoever, at any stage of the scholarship, applicant will be rejected immediately without any intimation. Falsification of data or multiple application will lead to automatic rejection of the application at any stage of the scholarship process. You don't need to make any falsification. Now you need to start filling up your personal details in order to create an account. Here you choose a title, which is Mr. or Miss, and your gender, male or female, your nationality, date of birth, your phone number, your email address, your first name, your last name, your parents' details. You need to choose one of your parents, whether your father, mother, or your guardian. And here, citizenship, local, domestic number, you need to provide your national ID number you can find on your passport. It's not your passport number, but your national identification number. You need to put it there. You need to choose the level you're applying for, whether it's undergraduate, postgraduate, or PhD. If you're applying for bachelor's degree, you need to click here, undergraduate. If you're applying for master's, it is postgraduate, and if you're applying for PhD, you can choose PhD. You need to create a password. You confirm your password, and you need to put your passport number and also upload a copy of your passport. It should be image format and less than 1 MB. Currently staying in India. If you're currently staying in India, you say yes. If you're not in India, simply leave it no. And here you need to put the captcha code here and click submit. You will get a notification in your email. Open that email, confirm your account, and you can come back here to log in. You can put here your email, your password, and are you an applicant? You need to answer yes, and you need to choose the level you're applying for, undergraduate, for example, or postgraduate, and the registration year, okay, is 2026-27. Then you need to fill the captcha code here in this field, and you click submit. This is how you can log in. Alright, this is the application form you need to fill in order to submit your scholarship application. You come here, apply for a scholarship, you click there. Alright, now you can start filling up the application form. You need to upload here your personal photo, white background, and should be less than 200 kilobyte image format. After, you need to fill up your personal information. Some details are filled automatically while you're creating your account, and you need to fill the remaining empty field. Your place of birth, your country of birth, place of issue of passport, passport issue country, and date of issue of your passport, day, month, year, date, the expiry date of your passport, day, month, and year. Here you need to put your postal address, the city, state, country, and zip code. After, you need to provide your WhatsApp number and also detail of father, mother, or guardian, depending on whatever you choose. You put their phone number, their email address, and their personal address, city, state, country, and zip code. English proficiency 1. English as a subject in school. If you had English as a subject in high school or secondary school, you need to precise here and say yes. Till what level? You need to precise exactly what level you studied English, secondary and high school, or high school and college, or undergraduate. If you already have your bachelor's degree and applying for master, and you had English course during your bachelor's degree, then you can choose undergraduate. And the same thing for postgraduate, those who already have master's degree and willing to apply for PhD. For those who are applying from high school, you can choose whether secondary and high school or high school and college, depending on your education. So after you come English proficiency 2. If you have TOEFL certificate, you can say yes, and you have to upload your TOEFL certificate. If you don't have this English certificate, you simply say no and you continue. The same thing for IELTS. After you come here, write an essay in English on one of the following prompts. It should be original and written by students themselves without any help or assistance from anybody else. If plagiarism is noted, the application will be rejected. The word limit of not more than 500 words should be strictly observed. It must be noted that the essay has to be only on one topic, else the application won't be considered. The essay can be written offline and pasted in the space below. Okay, they gave here 6 topics. You need to choose one of these topics and discuss, write an essay about this topic. You can choose whatever you want from these 6 topics. You can only choose one topic and discuss about it in this section, and it should be less than 500 words. After you come here, you choose the main course you're applying for. Okay, you can choose the faculty, for example, faculty of architecture, and you can choose more than one program and also more than one university. For example, let's take the first program, Bachelor in Planning. Okay, you can choose a university. The university are listed according to the program. Some universities don't have some program, so you can only see the universities that have your program. Okay, you can choose a second program, a second university, and you can continue choosing more universities. If you want to remove some universities, you can just click the red X. After you click next, all right, education details. You need to provide your education background, educational qualifications. You start with your secondary school, you put your country, the examination board, the name of your school, the subjects covered during your studies, the year you finish your secondary school, and the percentage of your grade. If it is a GPA, you can just calculate, you can just convert it in percentage. You can continue with the next high school and college, your country, the examination board, the name of your school, the subjects covered during your high school, the year you finished there, and the percentage of your GPA. You can calculate your GPA in terms of percentage. For those who are applying for bachelor's degree, that's all. But for those who are applying for master's degree, you need to provide your undergraduate as well. You put the country where you studied your undergraduate, the examination board, the name of your university, the subjects covered in your undergraduate program, the year you finished there, and the percentage of your GPA, and so on. For those who are applying for PhD, you need to provide your master's degree information. After you click next. All right, other details. Okay, here you need to give below the names of two persons who have agreed to testify from their personal knowledge of your character. You need to provide two referees, two people who are willing to do your reference or your recommendation to this scholarship. So you need to provide the information of some of your teachers or lecturers or anybody that have direct knowledge of your academic pursuit. So you can start with the first referee information, the name of the person, occupation, their email, phone number, and postal address. And you can also provide for the second referee. After you answer these questions, details of close relative or friends in India. Do you know any person in India? If yes, you say yes, you give their details. If you don't know anybody in India, you simply leave it no. Have you traveled or lived in India in the past? If you did, say yes, and you need to provide the details. If no, you've never traveled to India, simply leave it no. Have you ever availed ICCR in the past? If yes, simply say yes, provide the details. If you never got it, simply leave it no. Are you currently residing in India? You can answer this question whether yes or no. Are you married to an Indian national? You can also answer to yes or no. Do you have an international driving license? If you have, you can say yes and you provide your license number and issuing authority. If you don't have a driving license, you can simply leave it no. The nearest Indian mission or consulate in your country. Okay, here they're asking for Indian embassy or consulate in your country. For example, for me, as I am from Chad, the Republic of Chad, the embassy of India in N'Djamena, the capital of my country. So you will see here the embassy of India in your country in which city. Then you choose. This will allow you to apply for a visa if you got accepted in this scholarship. Any other information, if you have any other relevant information you think can support your application, you can also provide it. Date and place, you'll have to provide here the city where you are currently, and you need to upload here your signature. You can just assign on blank white paper, scan it, and you can just upload it here. After you click next. These are all the required documents you need to provide. Okay, you start with your citizenship, local or domestic ID. You can provide your national ID card or your certificate of citizenship. You can upload it here. Copy of your passport, front, back pages giving detail of personal, particular, and residence addresses. So it is clear you can upload your passport copy here. Okay, the copy of your transcript of secondary school, the copy of transcript of high school, and for those who are applying for master's degree, you also need to provide the undergraduate final mark sheet and transcript. So you need to provide your bachelor's degree transcript for those who are applying for master's degree. And they say English translation of all documents which are not originally in English. If some of your documents are not initially in English, you need to make an official notarized translation and you have to provide them here. All the English translated documents. English as a subject in a school or college document. You need to provide an evidence that you had English as a subject during your schools, whether secondary school or high school or during your bachelor's degree. Whether you can provide a letter from your school testifying you have an English as a subject, or you can simply provide a transcript that's showing English as a course during your studies in high school or secondary school or university. After you accept the terms and conditions, then you can come here and click final submit. I didn't submit all the document, I didn't provide all the necessary details. That's why the system doesn't allow me to click submit. But you have to fill up all the necessary details. and provide all the necessary documents. Then you have to double check all your information if there is no any problem, because they say here, kindly review your application before final submission. Details can't be changed after final submission. So if you made any mistake, you cannot change if you already submitted your application. You have to double check your application before you submit. You have to be very sure that all information and document are correct before you submit your application. After you submit your application to the ICCR scholarship, you need to wait for the scholarship result. Then, if you got accepted, you will go to study in India. That's all for this scholarship. If you have any question or anything I didn't explain it well, you can ask a question in the comment below and I will do my best to answer your question. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to receive notification for all new video about scholarships. See you in the next video.